stretches. He's in recovery. He's in the cold tub. He does everything right. And that's his attribute of being good, and that's going to lead him to success wherever he goes.
What was kind of your recruitment process of him like? How did you kind of discover him and ultimately land him at ASU?
Yeah, he comes from a powerhouse football school in Dallas, in Lancaster, and he was there with a couple of backs. I just like the way he attacked every day. I like the way he attacked the games, his breakaway speed, but then his overall toughness. And then once you talk to him, he was my guy.
He was, you look at the way he was raised, and he's such a great young man. Isn't that indicative of the family that he had behind him?
Absolutely, and he has a support system from all over the place, in Mississippi and in Dallas that is taking care of him, and he's a likable guy, and so I can see why he's been so successful, because so many people, and it's a village to bring him up, and they did a great job.
How would you just describe his character? I know he stays up in practice sometimes, helps with the waters. He's Tyson is the person rather than the player.
And coming from a dad, he would be the ones that I would make sure that could take on my daughter, and he was probably the only one. But that's just the guy he is, and he always wants to give back. He wrote a curriculum for athletes coming in as freshmen. He's a guy that's helping everybody in the facility.
Coming off of your Cam Scatterby was kind of big leader on his team, big name on the offense. How has Tyson kind of filled that spot in the room, not so much on the field?
I think he's become the leader because he's taking everybody under their wings and helping them out. They're better, and we got a pretty stacked room. They're better because he takes care of everybody else. And he's an unselfish guy that will get his touches, and then he's the first guy cheering for the other 2 guys or 3 guys that are carrying the football. So he's just an incredible kid.
How would you describe his running style, the way he approaches every snap?
He's an all-down back. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He can go long. He's physical. He can do it all. And so that's the type of back that we need in this offense. Similar to what Scat did. They have to do everything.
Does he resemble any backs you've coached before here?
Probably an ex-Validate. More of the one-step downhill type guy and toughness. And so I've had some good ones, so it's hard to pick, but probably ex-Validate.
He ran over that guy pretty good on that first run. Like, that was reminiscent of Cam, wasn't it?
Absolutely, and I think they take his mentality a little bit, because once that happens, then our guys are like, okay, now we're going to go about him being physical, and all of the drills that happen, anytime we're running drills in individuals, it's about physicality, it's about getting downhill, and that's the type of back that I want in the room.
Can you go into this curriculum that he built? Was it for football players in particular? Did he do it on his
It was
own?
for athletes that came in and what they were not told about where to go. Where's the pharmacy to go to? Where do you pick up your books? Where do you go? Which Walmart do you go to? Which Target? All those things, when they come in, they can feel more comfortable when they get to ASU. Just a bright kid.
Yeah. Is that something he took upon himself just
Him
to
and
do
Keith,
it?
the 2 twins.
Oh.
The twins. They took upon it themselves and then kind of built it, and that's just his character, wanting to help people out there and just put it together.
So last year, Mississippi State was running a lot of odd fronts.
Yeah.
Cam said he felt kind of disrespected by that, went for 286 yards. This year, are you guys expecting more of the same from?
Yeah, I think they're going to do what they do, and they're multiple fronts. Cam just says that just because he ran on him. I mean, that's just Cam's mentality. But no, I think they're a lot better up front. They've got some transfers, and they got some kids that we're going to have to battle, and we're going to be in a dogfight. And so we'll see how our physicality is after this game.
And they have a lot of newcomers, a lot of transfers, like you mentioned, on that defensive line. Does that change your attack plan at all?
I don't think so. I think that we have to do what we do. I think that we have to worry about how physical we are and how well we execute before we worry about others. Schematics do come into play in a game plan, but we have to make sure that we take care of ourselves and know our identity, and our identity is being physical.
When you mentioned a lot today how similar Tyson has been to Cam, but they're obviously not the same in terms of their play style. So how do you try to maybe have even better result on the ground than you did last year with guys that might play a little different?
And you saw Leak brings his portion of it, and then Kanye brings his ability, and then you have Sip, so it's a combination of those guys. I'm still waiting for that guy to get hot, but we'll see how that goes, but they play off each other real well. The mentality part is what I don't want to lose, and is the physicality part.
I mean, you say get hot. Malik had the highest Pro Football Focus grade of anybody in the offense last week. He had that big play callback for a touchdown. Did you like what you saw from him against NAU?
I did, because it wasn't the big play, it was his attitude coming back. Okay, we made a mistake, we're going to go get it again. That's what I'm looking for more than, I'm looking for the unselfishness on how we share the football more than it's about me. And so I think they did a good job last week with the three of them being pretty positive on it.
Kanye didn't play a ton last week,
Yep.
but a very physical back, bruiser heading into an environment where the defense might be bigger and stronger than NAU.
Yeah.
You expect to see him more.
I don't know. It depends on the flow of the game. That was a kind of weird flow of the game, to tell you the truth, with NAU. And so where that game takes us, we don't know. After the first and second series, we kind of get a feel, and then I'll play those guys how I feel we'll be successful.
Malik's had to be patient in his time getting back to the field and getting redshirted last year. How has he maintained that mentally and continue to be prepared for last Saturday and the rest of the year?
Yeah, I think he's excited about getting prepared. You know, he got ready last year, and then he got hurt, and then in fall camp, and then he got ready again, and then he got hurt. You know, I think he's excited about the preparation part. He's doing more to get prepared, both off the field and on the field, and so I'm excited for him. And so we got to keep him healthy, and I think him being prepared, and especially with his body, and I say that you're the old guys, you're the 21, 22 you guys, you got to take care of your body different than the 18-year-olds.
You kind of touched on his intelligence at the start, but how would you just describe Kyson's intelligence, the way he challenges himself in the film room?
You know, if anybody knows him, it's his academics is important to him, and that's why he's an architecture engineer. I don't know what the heck he is. I can't even explain what that is, but he goes about his process being in his football intelligence the same way he goes about his academics, and so it's not a surprise that he's going to be successful.
Kyson's what is one of like the foundational five initial recruits from Kenny's first recruiting class. What's it kind of been like to have a guy who's kind of seen the program grow through Kenny's time?
He's our best recruiter, and he's the guy that we use because he can explain what it was and to what it is now, and the success we have now. And he's very articulate, and so he's one of our better recruiters when recruits come on campus, because he can explain where they're coming from.
Thanks a lot, Shaun.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Absolutely.